Welcome everyone to the debut episode and season 1 premiere of Then and Now, starring Bryce, Allan, Cameron, and Linda Mousseau. Say hi to everyone.
Hello everyone.
Alright, this is really exciting. This is one of my favorite shows and I'm pumped. Our first segment of this show is going to be a thing called A Little Bit of Good News. And it's our way of giving you guys some uplifting news before we dive into these pressing issues and topics. Our first bit of good news has to do with a 5th grader who recently sang Whitney Houston at a talent show. Despite looking nothing like Whitney Houston, you wouldn't know the difference between hearing Michael Lewis nailing Whitney's hit song, I Will Always Love You. Michael received a standing ovation halfway through the song and has overcome a lot of obstacles in his life to get where he did. So to see this kind of performance in a positive light is amazing. And I want you guys to see this performance. Take a look.
Who doesn't have goosebumps right now? Check this out. An 11-year-old from right here in Jonesboro belting out Whitney Houston's classic, I Will Always Love You. Mikel Lewis is a 5th grade student at University Heights Intermediate in the Nettleton School District, and he blew the crowd away yesterday at their annual talent show. Even crews that were at the building working on a security system stopped to cheer him on. And according to the school, Mikel auditioned to a different song and surprised everyone with how well he belted out that notoriously tough song. University Heights assistant principal Lisa Hogan and interventionist Shelley Murray helped coordinate the talent show. They say people in the room were floored.
Even the teachers, their faces, because a lot of people didn't know, but then they just stood up and just clapped, and you can hear throughout how people are just shocked.
Certain notes that he would hit, they would start clapping, and it was just, even though we've seen him so many times in tryouts, to see him up there on stage and get that kind of reaction, it makes it real how good he really is.
Hogan and Murray say Mikel wants to get on America's Got Talent, and they hope this video, which is already going viral, will make its way to the Ellen Show.
What a powerful performance by Mikel. I think he has a huge future, and it definitely looks bright for him in the music industry. Our next bit of good news has to do with Beau Biden, who recently passed away. Beau Biden's charity raised $125,000 in 2 days. Since the passing of the vice president's son, donations have been pouring into his charity that has to do with preventing sexual abuse in children. The foundation has received over 600 donations, totaling more than $125,000, and that was only in 2 days.
Wow.
I know. And I'd like to show you guys a clip of President Obama delivering the eulogy at Beau Biden's funeral. Take a look.
You know, anyone can make a name for themselves in this reality TV age, especially in today's politics. If you're loud enough or controversial enough, you can get some attention. But to make that name mean something, to have it associated with dignity and integrity, that is rare. There's no shortcut to get it. It's not something you can buy. But if you do right by your children, maybe you can pass it on. And what greater inheritance is there? What greater inheritance than to be part of a family that passes on the values of what it means to be a great parent, that passes on the values of what it means to be a true citizen, that passes on the values of what it means to give back fully and freely without expecting anything in return. That's what our country was built on. Men like Beau. That's who built it. Families like this.
It's quite a shame to see somebody so young pass away, right?
It most certainly
like
is.
Beau Biden. It is. But I'm glad that the charity is benefiting something, like that there's some, like a silver lining, right?
Right, for these other kids that...
Exactly. Including, speaking of silver linings, I hate to do a plug right now, but the Silver Linings Project can be seen every Sunday on realityrenaissance.com. Our next segment is called The Debriefing. And each week we give you a question to ponder. Our question this week, and I'm going to have you answer it first. What is your definition of the word hero?
A hero to me is a vet.
A vet.
That's been in war, out of war, no matter what. A fireman is also a hero. EMT is a hero. They're all heroes that do
We're going to get into this a little bit later on.
for everybody.
But obviously this question stems from the Caitlyn Jenner receiving the Arthur Ashe Award, which we're going to discuss later on. But people are saying, my definition of a hero is anyone that can strike a difference, strike a chord and make a difference in someone's life. That could be a teacher, like you said, a vet, a fireman, a motivational speaker. I think a personal trainer could even be a hero, because you take somebody that is, say, morbidly obese and you train them and they change their lifestyle. You're a hero to them. I think people using veteran and soldiers as the main definition of the word hero lately, especially with the Caitlyn Jenner situation, I don't think that is appropriate. What?
Why would you say with a Caitlyn
Jenner? Because
Jenner
people are
situation.
saying that Caitlyn Jenner, stop using the word hero for Caitlyn Jenner because hero is a vet, and I think that those are two totally different things, and you can't compare them, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, they naturally are different things.
It's not black and white. I mean, you can't. I don't see how you can do that. I don't know. What do you think?
I have to agree. I don't. First of all, I don't believe that Caitlyn or Bruce Jenner, AKA, is a hero.
It's not really AKA anymore,
Yeah.
but.
But he used to be known as.
All right. With that, we're gonna.
And I'm not saying anything against him. What he's done obviously helps him tremendously. She helps her tremendously. Mm-hmm. And he's very happy where he's at. I'm not saying anything against that.
We are going to cover that a little bit more later on. Up next is Brenda's favorite things. That's Bryce and Linda. Do you want me to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, your favorite thing this week is?
American Pharoah.
Wait, who is?
The winner of the
Triple Crown
since 37 years ago.
Yes, it's the first horse. American Pharoah became the first horse in 38 years to win the Triple Crown, and is only the 12th horse in history to do so.
That's right.
It's crazy. What do you think about Victor Espinoza?
He's a fantastic jockey.
Mm-hmm.
He's ran. This is his third time.
Do you believe that he's the
racing
most decorated jockey?
He's got to be the most decorated jockey right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you recommend people rewatch the horse races?
oh my God, yes, rewatch it.
They're off in the Belmont Stakes. Not a great start for American Pharoah, but he will be sent to the lead by Victor Espinoza, so he waits no longer. Right to the front for American Pharoah in the race to the first turn, but he did not come out of the gate all that well. Frosted is away running in second position. Materiality is third to the outside. He's sixth, and he's 4.5 lengths off of American Pharoah. Frumento and Taylor Verve are at the back of the pack. So, American Pharoah is halfway home in the Belmont. 3/4 went in 1:13 and 2/5 seconds. And he begins his run into the far turn. 3/4 of a length ahead as they come into the final furlong. Frosted is second with 1/8 of a mile to go. American Pharoah's got a 2-length lead. Frosted is all out at the 16th pole. And here it is. The 37-year wait is over. American Pharoah is finally the one. American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown.
I watched it yesterday. I was sitting right on my seat. I thought he broke way too fast, and I kept hollering, "Go back, go back! You shouldn't be that far ahead." But he led the race.
Yeah.
There was no stopping him. He led the race, and when he rounded that last corner, he just opened his stride and he just floated right down that track.
Really?
I knew he was going to win.
I wish I would have seen the
And the people were screaming, hollering, yelling. I was screaming, hollering, and yelling all by myself.
Really?
My dog thought I was stupid.
That is good. My favorite thing is a little bit different. My favorite thing this week is Orange is the New Black. If you haven't seen Orange is the New Black, you need to go on Netflix right now and binge watch seasons 1 and 2 before the season 3 premiere June 12th. I'm pumped. It's like less than a week away, and the first season mostly revolves around Piper Chapman in prison, and the new season is more about them embracing faith in different ways. It's really interesting, and I cannot wait to see the premiere. Fantastic acting, Netflix major hit, amazing.
You should be meticulous with your words. That's what V would say.
Except she don't say shit now. Cause everybody be saying that bitch got smushed like a bug on a windshield.
Here we go. No, you're a liar. She's fine. V is fine. She's coming back for me.
Hey. Take care of your girl.
I ain't her keeper.
It's you or the shoe. You want to be responsible for that?
Really? Suzanne, sit down.
Are you ready to dive into these hot topics?
Oh, that's all.
It's time.
We'll see what happens.
That's the definition of this show. It has to do with guns. Columbine, Sandy Hook, Aurora, Colorado. These are 3 of the most infamous mass shootings in American history. The question that is being posed is, should gun manufacturers be held responsible for gun violence? The people that make the guns, should they be held responsible for what happens? I don't think so, right? Do you?
No.
No.
Those people didn't make these people buy guns.
I know. You would think,
The
though...
laws says they can buy them.
Yeah.
And if they're properly screened...
That amendment.
It's their amendment.
It's not even being properly screened. And it's not, though. Like, most of the time, the people that use these guns, like, they don't even get them legally. They get them illegally.
I know. I understand that. There's the people that we need to jump down on, is the illegal selling of guns. Everybody's getting hot and bothered about it because of their amendment. Mm-hmm. If those people that would do as well as what they're doing supposedly, then they would be getting everybody together and get on these people that are selling guns illegally and turning them in.
Yeah, that's true.
And doing their part of their job to save their amendment.
I just think that there should be blah 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 amendment, whatever. There should be a Second Amendment, right? Yeah. There should be more regulations on guns regardless. I don't necessarily... Actually, yeah, I think that... I'm going to go back on what I originally said. Should gun manufacturers be held responsible? A little bit. Stop making the guns. Like, we don't need a bajillion kinds of guns in the world. And people's fascination with weapons and guns baffles me. Because it does. I think that if you're making these guns, you need to do something better to make sure that they don't get into the wrong...
We don't need all these big guns. The big guns are used in war.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, it's very
unnerving. We don't need AKA guns.
AK-47.
Whatever they're called. For hunting.
Yeah, an M16. Yeah.
Well, my father, I used a shotgun and a rifle. That's all. He didn't have no machine gun to be able to cut somebody down if they want to.
Yeah. It's weird, though.
They need to stop these guns. All of them. And make a certain brand, that's it.
It's weird when you seeing on the news like an elementary school being gunned down by like giant high-powered guns like that. It's insane.
High-powered guns.
Insane. Yeah, that
they used back in the Prohibition days.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll do the final vote. Should gun manufacturers be held responsible for gun violence? Yes or no? I say yes.
Yes.
That's so weird. We both changed our opinion from when we first started. All right, let's move on to the next hot topic. After a failed bid for the White House in 2008, former First Lady and Senator Hillary Clinton, and Secretary of State she was, is seeking the nomination once again. Will Hillary Clinton win the 2006 presidential race?
No.
I don't think so either. I hope not, right? Why do you say no?
Because she's not ready for it. And she'll never be a president. Period.
What do you think is her number one hindrance? What do you think is the number one thing stopping?
I have no idea.
Like, what would be the thing that would stop voters from turning out for her?
If they all stop and think of who she is and what she is, they'll probably stop and don't not vote.
What do you mean?
Because she doesn't hand over nothing she's supposed to hand over.
Are you referring
She
to Benghazi
refuses,
emails?
Yep, and she refuses the emails. And or they want her phone, she won't hand it over. And they've already guaranteed her that they're not going to look at anything. Of course, she's probably right there. They'll probably look at it anyways, but...
That's really awkward,
still,
though. Yeah, but who wants to have a president that already is refusing to, like...
That's right. Who does?
That's awkward.
But, you know, people in America are stupid, so they'll probably elect her.
Yeah, I don't think she... I think my personal thing, and people will probably hate on this, is that she's too old. I don't want a president that's going to be 86 by the time they get out of jail, or however old she would be by the time she got out of... Did I say jail? I meant the White House.
Same difference.
Yeah, right? It really is, too. I don't want... But then again, who's on the Republican ticket that I would want? It's Pataki.
Probably.
George
If anyone, it would be that one.
He's the only one I could even... It'd be interesting if it came down to Bernie Sanders. I don't think Bernie's going to win the nomination. I would assume that Hillary will probably win the Democratic nomination. But not... But then we're going to end up...
We don't know.
But then hopefully we don't end up with some idiotic president.
We've got 4 of them now anyways.
What?
Running. We got Hillary,
Bernie,
and I can't tell you what 2 young men.
They probably don't have a chance, huh?
Probably don't. It depends on what they
that
sound. You have to remember, you have to make up your mind. You either want somebody young or you want somebody that's middle-aged or old. But that's the only people that are going to run.
I didn't say young was the problem. I said that they probably don't have a chance.
No, they probably don't, because that's the same as what with all the Republicans that are running. All the young people that are running in the Republican Party, all they want is exactly what the news has said. So they can get their time on TV, get their lives looked into, whatever. I don't know what it is.
I get what you mean.
Biographies done, and book titles, and book... Whatever.
A lot of people say that Hillary Clinton feels entitled to the nomination. Like, it's almost like as if she's walking in there.
A lot of people say it.
Thinking that thinks that she is, like, owed it.
She's not owed it.
I agree as well.
Not as far as I'm concerned. I'm a Democrat, so... And I'm not voting for her.
Well, you heard it here first. She is not voting for Hillary Clinton.
I'm not.
I'm not either. Well, it depends who's on the Republican. As of right now, I'm not.
What I'm going to be watching for, among other things, in the next 2 years, is specifically the way millennials respond to Hillary. There's good news and bad news for the Clintons in millennial numbers. First of all, you have to keep in mind millennials are the largest generation in history. They are a huge voting demographic. So Hillary and any other candidate running in 2016 needs them. The good news for Hillary and Bill is that millennials don't carry Hillary and Bill baggage with them. They don't care about the scandals from the 90s. They have newer, better, cooler scandals. They don't care. They don't give a crap. The bad news is millennials aren't emotionally invested in the Clintons the way older generations are. They don't have this sense of connection with the Clintons that, say, my parents do. They're not going to vote for a candidate just because it's their parents' candidate. Millennials are actually incredibly open-minded. They are willing to listen to Barack Obama's ideas and Rand Paul's ideas. So Hillary is going to need to bring fresh ideas that speak directly to millennials for them to be impressed. And let me just point out and leave you with this. In 2008, she did not win the youth vote. Barack Obama did. So she might have to learn a few things from that lesson if she has 2016 ambitions.
So, final vote. Will Hillary Clinton win the 2016 presidential race? Yes or no?
No.
No. We are a resounding no. High five. We are both going to go no here. Next. Woman murdered by boyfriend after changing her status on Facebook from in a relationship to single. Terrorist organizations such as ISIS active on Twitter. People being shamed for their weight and looks on Instagram photos every day. Does social media make our world dangerous?
Yep, that most certainly does.
I agree too. I think that it's crazy. A lot of people, in different ways, more people get involved in your problems, which creates an even bigger mess. I remember like when I was with Jessica and she posted this thing about Alicia, my friend Alicia. It was this long thing of, it wasn't even just them. Everyone got involved, and I felt like for a moment that situation could have escalated way higher. What do you think about, why do you say that it makes it dangerous? I'm thinking
because
more
it's
of the
dangerous.
personal.
It's dangerous to our kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly, our children are committing suicide because other people are so dumb by bullying them on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
We just lost a young man here in Messina for that reason.
Allegedly. I know everybody says that is what it is, but then other people are saying it's not. But yeah, I get what you mean. Either way, it still happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
And what about...
And we gotta stop.
Mm-hmm.
Our schools need to step in here and do something about this. And of course, they
there
don't.
should not be kids on social... I feel like you should be graduated or something before you can get a social media account. What? What?
How long have you had one?
Not like as long as some people, like since 9th grade.
Then that's not graduated, is it?
No, oh, that's not true though, because I was on MySpace when I was in like 5th grade. Okay, so like, yeah, okay, I get it, yeah, but that doesn't, just because that's what I'm saying now, like starting now, they should make it where you should.
Yeah, how well you'd be hated for that if that ever got passed?
You should have to pass you should have to get your social media license, like you get a driver's license or something. I feel like an internet license, like you have to pass a test in order to get it, because some people should just not be on the internet, in my opinion. Final count.
Definitely, and that goes for everybody in other countries, seeing that they're invading our internet.
Like ISIS and stuff?
ISIS.
That's
they're
another
hacking
thing.
into it from
China.
China.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the recent Chinese
And
hacking
then refusing
of the
that they
federal
didn't.
employees. Yeah. What do you think about ISIS being able to... they can
ridiculous.
access, like, our children on... I just thought about that. They can literally direct message
what they're
children
doing.
on Twitter. That's terrifying.
There's
alright.
no way that they should even be on there.
We're gonna...
And in our day and age,
Okay.
there's no way that they should be on there. We can stop them.
We
and
do.
For some reason.
No, we do. We
We're
shut
not
them down.
stopping them
Yes, we
giving
do.
up.
Every account,
Not
every
fast
time we
enough.
shut them down, they immediately make another one.
All the internet companies should be shut down completely if they're going to allow it.
Okay, so they're going to shut down the entire internet because of ISIS? That's not going to happen.
Of all people, why wouldn't you shut it down because of ISIS?
Because they're going to shut down the entire internet because of ISIS. There's no way they would do that. The internet, they rely too much on it now.
Whatever. That's stupid.
Well, it is what it is, I guess. Alright. Olympic medal winner and reality television star Bruce Jenner shocked the world when he announced that he was transitioning from male to female in an interview with ABC's Diane Sawyer.
We're talking about all this stuff. Yeah, let's take the damn ponytail out.
A symbolic moment after 65 years. In a sense, we start again. Are you a woman?
Yes, for all intents and purposes, I am a woman. People look at me differently. They see you as this macho male, but my heart and my soul and everything that I do in life, it is part of me. That female side is part of me.
The athlete, now known as Caitlyn, is set to be given the Arthur Ashe Courage Award and for her bravery. While some people are embracing her with open arms, there's a vocal minority, I should say, that are outraged that other athletes such as Army vet Noah Galloway is not being given the award instead of Caitlyn. Does Caitlyn Jenner deserve the Arthur Ashe Courage Award?
No.
Yes or no? Why?
Because he shouldn't be getting an award for transgending.
I think you just made a new word.
Well, becoming a woman, that's the same difference.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because he should.
She.
Do you know we have, I don't know how many transgenders we have here in the United States and in the world, and not one of them has been called a hero.
Because because it's a high profile thing that's going to shed light for new people.
That's because he was an athlete.
This is an athletic award. This is a Courage Award for athletes in light of contemporary issues.
But the only reason they're giving it to him is because he's called Caitlyn now.
I think that people, it is, first of all, it is a courageous thing, in my opinion. Second of all, it is going to be able to allow other people, seeing somebody so high profile stepping out as trans, I feel like it's going to help a lot of people. That's what I think. The U.S. ranks 19th out of 30 out of all the countries in education, far behind math and science leaders like China and India. Many credit their rigorous learning schedules for this advancement. Should parents in the U.S. make their kids study during summer vacations to catch up with these countries?
No, because you're not going to ever catch up with these countries.
I agree. I don't think we even have a slight chance of catching up with them at this point. I feel like we're so far behind them.
We always have them.
But I feel like they push them too hard, don't you?
Push who too hard?
In China and stuff.
They're willing to learn.
Yeah, but are they like, what happens if they say no?
I don't go there, so I have no idea.
Do you think they probably get in real trouble?
I don't know what they would do.
I've never met a dumb Asian person.
Neither have I.
I've met a lot of dumb white people.
No, definitely, me too.
So what should we, I mean, not to, okay, at least not be number 19. What should we do what should we, not studying during summer vacation, but what should we do to climb up the ranks a little bit and be a little bit higher?
I have no idea. What should you do?
Did you just repeat my question to
No,
me?
well, yes.
I think
do
that,
you know?
Yeah, I feel like we should have more, there should be more emphasis on, no, actually, they focus way too much on math and science. Honestly, I feel like those are the only things they're good at.
That's where they make their money.
But those are like the only things they're
And
good at.
that's where you make your money in the United States also.
Yeah, but like,
that's why they're here doing our jobs.
I feel like all of it's important, and they focus too much on just those two things. Anybody can go out and say that they're the best at this one thing, but I feel like we have the most well-rounded people, in my opinion.
What do you mean by well-rounded?
Like, we have the arts, we have athletics, academics, all of it. I feel like we're the most well-rounded country compared to China, where it's so focused on math and science.
Right.
So I think we're fine. I think I mean, obviously there should be tweaks and stuff, but I think we're fine overall. What do you think? So, final answer, should parents make their kids study during summer vacation?
No.
No. Not at all. All right.
You study enough in school. And if they don't, and they don't learn, that's nobody's fault but the students. Can't blame the parents all the time.
That's true.
You can when they're from kindergarten to 6th, 7th, and even 8th grade.
That's true.
Once they're in high school,
that's true.
They think they're adults. Treat them like adults. They're not.
They're not. You've heard it there first. They are not. The original Jurassic Park came out decades ago and won numerous awards for special effects and creating realistic dinosaurs, citing that they were far ahead of their time. Technology has changed drastically in the last 20 years. Will the new Jurassic World movie rely too heavily on CGI? Do you think it'll focus too much on like the new technology and that it'll almost look like ridiculous?
Looks a little ridiculous as it is, so I'm not sure if they have, if they haven't, because I haven't seen the movie.
That's true.
From what I've seen,
it's like a toss-up.
It could be an iffy.
It's a toss-up. We'll actually be able to, we're actually going to be watching that next weekend, so we'll provide an update on next week's show.
Welcome to Jurassic World.
It's like taking a stroll through the woods. 65 million years ago, she was designed to be bigger than the T-Rex. Probably not a good idea. She's killing for sport.
We have families here.
They'd have been fine on any other day.
Our next topic has to do with the recent race riots.
This is one of our darkest days as a city, and I know that we're much better than this.
The officers are dealing with some cars that have been lit on fire in the intersection. Bottles are being thrown at them. There's a liquor store that was just lit on fire across the corner from us. There's a baby coming out from the building next door. They're evacuating people.
How are you going to enforce a curfew tomorrow?
I think we're going to have to go, but thanks for the time.
How are you going to enforce a curfew tomorrow when kids are out of school?
This is absolutely disgusting. Stay the hell home.
Go! They need to have their butts at home. They need to be in their home units with their families studying and doing something with their life. Not out here protesting about something that's not really about nothing.
You looted, you stole medicine from old people and everything. Guys, we're doing this the wrong way.
We were building 60 affordable apartments for senior citizens. I don't know why somebody would do this. I can't fathom nor justify why this could happen like this.
This is just another example of the sad state of this city at this point.
They do not respect this young man's death.
With riots in Ferguson, Missouri and Baltimore, Maryland over the deaths of African American men at the hands of white cops, the question has to be posed: should a police force have the same racial makeup as the community it serves? If the community is predominantly white, should the police force be predominantly white? And if the community is predominantly African American, should the police force represent that and be African American? Instead of like what? That way you can't be like, it's a race issue. What do you think?
That would be a good idea, but they're never going to do that.
That's not what I asked. But I mean, like, what do you think? Should it happen?
Yes, it could.
What
should happen.
What steps could they make to try to make that happen? Do you think?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. There's so many instances of this happening, especially recently, that something has to be done. I mean, obviously, like, and this is on the heels of the South Carolina police officer being indicted for murder, which I have to get your opinion on that right now. Go ahead.
He should be indicted for murder.
Why?
Because he mistakes a stun gun for a real gun when it's not even anywhere near one another.
I know.
And he showed that right on TV.
With the interview with Matt Lauer.
That's right.
Yeah, I have. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. He should be. I don't care. Like I said, I think it was this morning. I don't care if he's 100. He'd be indicted for murder.
I don't know though about the police force like looking the same, because everybody fought so hard, but we want equal rights, not segregation, etc. So is that really how we should do it? Like you referring to African American population, wanted to be integrated. So now that it's happening, there's probably instances of white people getting shot by black cops that are not even addressed.
I don't believe that. I think no matter what.
Do you think it is?
It is going to be addressed at all times. And it just happens to be it's the white cops that are doing what they're doing.
I agree.
And it's shown nationally on TV. I've watched since
I feel like
the riots in...
the Rodney King riots?
Yes. And it was all white cops that brutally beat him from one end to the other. But I will say in this Ferguson thing, the black people in the place where this guy was shot, they don't even like their black cops. They call them all kinds of names.
Well, that was in Baltimore.
Was that in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's felt both the
probably
same.
all over,
It's probably about the same way all over.
Yeah.
So even the black cops themselves are afraid to even go to their own people.
Yeah, that's true. That's a problem. I mean, that's definitely a problem.
All I think is that they have to be better trained at all times. And they're going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to put cameras on everybody.
The body cams.
Body cams.
But now you hear about people shutting off the body cams.
Well, they're going to be addressing that. If you remember correctly, they talked about that. Because people put that to the cops already.
That's true. I would like to do a final vote, though. Should a police force represent the community it serves? Should they look the same?
Not really.
I don't think so either.
There's so many police men, women of all nationalities now.
I agree. America's not one race, so why should I agree. I think it should be all over.
But because first of all, it'll split the North and South again, more or less.
Yeah, kind of.
or it'll be some kind of it'll always be a racial thing.
Mhm.
These cops did something wrong, and then what? It'll leave it the way it is.
All right. And with that, we're going to go to our next topic. The reality TV world was hit with another bombshell when it was revealed that Josh Duggar, one of the stars of TLC's 19 and Counting, sexually abused multiple individuals, including his 2 younger sisters. The family has done numerous interviews saying that they forgive him. Should Josh Duggar be forgiven for his child molestation? Go.
As you said, first of all, it's way beyond the
Statute of limitations?
Statute of limitations.
Uh-huh. What kind of message does it send out?
The children that are involved, including his sisters, have already forgiven him.
Yeah, but what kind of message does it send when the victims of sexual abuse go on TV saying, "Oh, it's okay," blah blah blah? Like, what does that send to people that like are experiencing that in their lives?
That's not. They don't.
They're like glorifying his actions. I feel like.
Can't really use the word glorify.
I am. I feel like the family are a bunch of tools. Actually, I don't know. What are you?
I mean, he's apologized up and down, inside out.
That's good.
That
I guess.
doesn't mean that it's still.
But
not
just because
right.
his
He still
sisters
should-
are morons about it and go on TV doesn't mean that
he
they
still
should.
should still be punished.
Yeah,
some
we
way
shouldn't
somehow.
be covering that on TV like all the time and having them do interviews. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, and you see where they did the interview? Where they were on Fox News. Go figure. Yeah, because ain't no normal news station gonna let them on there and be like, "Josh, we love you."
It was a very difficult situation, but as we've talked to other parents and different ones since then, a lot of families have said that they've had similar things happen in their families. And so, I mean, this is, for us, of course, this is public shame that our son did this back 12, 13 years ago.
And when you heard that the behavior had resumed, describe what that was like for you.
We thought, you know, at first that Josh, you know, was on the road to mend, you know, at first, but he was still a kid, you know, and he was still a juvenile. He wasn't an adult. And so there was a couple more times that he came and told us what he had done, and we were just devastated. Now, all these, again, this was not rape or anything like that. This was like touching somebody over their clothes. Mm-hmm. There were a couple incidents where he touched them under their clothes, but it was like a few seconds, and then he came to us and was crying and told us what happened.
It's weird.
They just love him.
Yeah, but like the whole.
But that should, way before that should have been turned in.
They just waited so he wouldn't get in trouble.
When he first admitted that he molested his sisters.
They just wanted to wait for it to come out until he couldn't get in trouble anymore. Basically.
That's basically what it was like.
And
I think he should still be punished.
I wasn't going to talk about this.
I don't know how he can be, but he should be able to be punished.
I wasn't going to talk about this, but I will say that what does this say about TLC right now? Because Honey Boo Boo's Here Comes Honey Boo Boo canceled after the mom was dating a pedophile. Now their other show, hit show, this one right here, has the bombshell and was pulled because of another sexual abuse type thing. The network is a lot of scandal. Like Toddlers and Tiaras is scandalous because of how they act with the kids and
they
stuff.
shouldn't be having that kind
Their
of
whole network is based on.
Take it off the air.
Yeah, I think their whole network, honestly, should be pulled. They clearly don't know what they're doing.
And Josh
The higher
Duggar
up.
should be given the mark
The death penalty. I'm kidding.
of a pedophile, as and does any
Like have
other,
to register and stuff.
Right.
Even though you can't go
Has
to
to
jail,
register.
you should still have to register
and
because
so
they know what
yes,
happened. I agree.
Definitely.
I agree. With that, I want to get to our person of the week and our jerk of the week. Our person of the week goes to WWE superstar John Cena for spotting a fan in the audience of Monday Night Raw last week, and that had a sign saying, "I'm battling cancer," and he invited the fan into the ring. Take a look at the. Oh man, I'll edit that out. And he let the child pose with his United States Championship and did a salute before letting him out of the ring. This John Cena has granted more wishes than any celebrity in history with the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Over 400 wishes and counting. I want to get to our jerk of the week, which goes to the and I don't mean jerk, but the Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora, New York, for allowing 2 convicted murderers to get access to power tools, and for their staff to falling for dummies in sweatshirts and letting them escape. So now, in our area where we live, there is 2 crazy homicidal people on the loose. Gotta give it to them, right?
Well, I don't think they did that themselves.
No, but like who?
But they got people that are involved in it. They've already proved it. So
Yeah.
they're questioning them now.
It's
That's why
so
they're
bad.
finding out that the car that was supposed to
Be there for them?
be there for them is not there.
Yeah.
It did not come after them, so they assume.
And
that
it was
they're
done
right
over
there
the
in that
course of
area.
days. Like, how do people not notice that? I'm sorry, check your prison. Next week's show is going to be really, really, really good.
They didn't. They left that night. They were gone before morning.
No, you obviously didn't hear that. They did that over the course of a few days.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the wall and all that good stuff they cut.
All right, so that's our person in Jerk of the Week. Next week's show is going to be really, really amazing, and this is like the rough first thing of our show, but this is, once again, on behalf of my co-host, Linda Mousseau, this is Then and Now, and I'm Bryce Allan Cameron. Have a good night.
Have a good night.